Have you ever noticed that some of the biggest royal stories are not the ones filled with scandal, but the ones that quietly reveal the true character of a family? That was exactly the case when Denmark's future king reached a remarkable milestone, yet one familiar face was nowhere to be seen. For a few hours, rumors swirled, questions multiplied, and social media did what it always does: jumped to conclusions. But when the real reason finally emerged, it transformed what looked like an absence into one of the most powerful messages the Danish royal family has delivered in years. Welcome back to Royal Scope. If you enjoy thoughtful royal documentaries that go beyond the headlines, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another royal story. The morning sun cast a golden glow across the historic barracks in Slagelse as soldiers stood proudly in formation. It was a scene rich with tradition, discipline, and centuries of military history. Standing among his fellow cadets was Crown Prince Christian, carrying himself with remarkable confidence despite the enormous expectations resting on his shoulders. At just 19 years old, he officially received his appointment as a second lieutenant, another significant step in preparing for the day he will one day become Denmark's king. Watching from the sidelines were King Frederik and Queen Mary, whose expressions revealed far more than any official palace statement ever could. Frederik's calm, measured gaze reflected not only the pride of a monarch, but also that of a father who understands the weight of responsibility. Beside him, Mary's warm smile seemed to brighten the entire ceremony, reminding everyone that behind every royal title stands a family experiencing the same emotions as everyone else. Prince Vincent and Princess Josephine completed the family gathering, sharing smiles and quietly celebrating their older brother's achievement. Yet one person was missing. Princess Isabella's absence immediately became the story almost as quickly as Christian's promotion itself. Royal followers searched every photograph, replayed every video, and wondered whether something unexpected had happened behind palace walls. For a brief moment, speculation raced ahead of reality. Was there tension within the family? Had schedules changed unexpectedly? Was there another undisclosed royal engagement? The mystery grew larger with every passing hour, almost as though curiosity itself had become another guest standing quietly at the ceremony. Then came the answer, and it could not have been simpler. Princess Isabella had chosen to remain focused on her final gymnasium examinations. Instead of standing beside her brother before television cameras, the 19-year-old princess was sitting with textbooks, revision notes, and the familiar pressure that thousands of students across Denmark experience every year. While Christian marched proudly in military uniform, Isabella was fighting an entirely different battle, one against deadlines, exams, and academic expectations. That decision spoke volumes. In an age where public appearances often seem impossible to miss, especially for members of royal families, Isabella quietly reminded the nation that education still mattered. There were no dramatic excuses, no elaborate explanations, and certainly no palace spin. Her studies came first, even when one of the most important family ceremonies of the year was taking place. Perhaps that is exactly why so many Danes admired the decision. Christian's military journey reflects a tradition deeply rooted within the Danish monarchy. For generations, future kings have undertaken military training, learning discipline, leadership, and resilience long before wearing the crown. Every salute, every exercise, and every lesson prepares them for responsibilities that stretch far beyond ceremonial duties. His appointment as second lieutenant was therefore far more than another medal or title. It symbolized another chapter in his preparation to serve Denmark for decades to come. Yet while Christian embraced one royal tradition, Isabella demonstrated another equally valuable lesson. Service takes many forms. Sometimes it means standing proudly in uniform. Sometimes it means quietly honoring commitments that nobody applauds. Her determination to complete her education showed a different kind of strength, one that rarely makes dramatic headlines but often leaves the greatest impression. King Frederik and Queen Mary deserve considerable credit for creating an environment where both paths appear equally respected. Rather than insisting every child follows identical expectations, they seem determined to encourage each of their children to develop according to their own talents and priorities. It is a modern approach that has steadily reshaped public perceptions of the Danish monarchy. If you're enjoying this story so far, don't forget to leave a like, share this video with fellow royal enthusiasts, and subscribe to Royal Scope for more fascinating royal documentaries every week. What made the ceremony especially memorable were not the speeches or military traditions, but the subtle moments between family members. Frederick's approving nod, Mary's encouraging smile, and the quiet pride shared by Vincent and Josephine painted a portrait of genuine family unity. Even without Isabella physically standing beside them, her presence was somehow still felt through the decision she had made. It almost felt as though two stories were unfolding simultaneously. One was written on the parade ground beneath polished boots and crisp uniforms. The other unfolded silently inside classrooms where determination was measured not by medals, but by completed examinations. Together, those two stories created something far richer than either could have achieved alone. The Danish public responded warmly because they recognized something deeply familiar. Every family eventually faces competing priorities. One child celebrates a major achievement while another prepares for an important examination or career milestone. Life rarely arranges itself around perfect timing. Even royalty cannot escape that reality. That relatability has become one of the Danish royal family's greatest strengths under King Frederick and Queen Mary's leadership. They have managed to preserve centuries of tradition while allowing moments of ordinary life to shine through. Rather than making the monarchy appear distant and untouchable, they have allowed it to become more recognizable, more human, and ultimately more meaningful. As Christian continues progressing through military service, attention will naturally turn towards Isabella, Vincent, and Josephine, each of whom will eventually shape their own public roles. Whether those journeys involve military service, higher education, or entirely different forms of national contribution remains to be seen. But if this chapter has taught us anything, it is that there is no single path towards serving Denmark with honor. In the end, the story was never really about one princess missing one ceremony. It was about balance. It was about responsibility. It was about understanding that duty sometimes means standing proudly before your country, while at other times it means quietly honoring commitments that only your family truly understands. Christian stood proudly in uniform, preparing for the future that awaits him. Isabella remained focused on her books, preparing for hers. Together, without even standing side by side, they told a powerful story about discipline, maturity, and purpose. It reminded the Danish people that the next generation of royals is not simply inheriting tradition. They are redefining it with quiet confidence and remarkable authenticity. Thank you for watching Royal Scope. If this story gave you a fresh perspective on Denmark's remarkable royal family, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who enjoys thoughtful royal coverage.